So there are a lot of updates to the application sections in the current format of the application. So what are the most important ones that we should look at, and what are things that are going to be important for this evaluation?
So of course, essays every year we are changing the topics now, and essays we are testing your self awareness per se. The two essays that we have, which are mandatory. The optional essay is more about your career goals, how you intend to build a career for yourself, and so on and so forth. It's not mandatory because a lot of people may not have a goal in mind right away, or may not have a very clear goal in mind right away. They might want to go to ISB, take the core courses, maybe and then make up their minds on what they want to specialize in, how they want to do. That also is okay. But what we are looking at is how aware you are about your skill sets currently, and if you have an idea of where you want to go after ISB. So that's something which candidates should keep in mind. Another thing is that we have now given a lot of a space to build a resume for candidates. You can upload your resume in the format given in the application form. So that also is a space for you to showcase your other skill sets and activities which you felt. A lot of people used to tell us that we feel constrained by the application form. We can't showcase this or we can't showcase that. So now you have that space as well to showcase your other skill sets. For reapplicants, especially, one thing that stands out is a reapplicant essay. So reapplicant essay is something which you can use to showcase your most recent achievements and which will be picked up in the interviews as a conversation starter. What was your most recent things? And if you write something there, be prepared to talk about it in depth, because that could be the make or break for your interview. If your interview goes on a good note, and it could have a knock-on effect on the rest of the conversation. But if in the first conversation itself you fumble, then it might not go well for you. So those are the key things I want to applicants to keep in mind: the resume, the essays, and the reapplicant essay.
Yes. And coming, proceeding on the same discussion onto the reapplicants. How are the reapplicants evaluated? Does ISB go back to the previous application form? What mindset do they come with into this application cycle?
So there's no bias against reapplicants at all. A lot of reapplicants every year people get in, out in their second or third attempts. So we don't hold it against them. Only thing is that we don't go back and first of all look at your last year's application. We don't, go back and look at your last year's essays and so on and so forth. Only thing is that you have an additional essay to be written that what has changed in your profile since the last time you got it. So reapplicants, absolutely no bias. It's you're free to use your last year's essays or snippets of them as long as they were your original essays in the first place, or you can modify them or change everything as per your current goals. But we won't go back and look at your last application. Then there's absolutely no bias for the applicants in the selection process, positive or negative.